Oh, we can go do that now too. So we can go and upgrade the spear one final time. Since we've removed all of the cultists. We can see what the final upgrade of the spear does, if anything. And since they can't control what you finish things in, like what order you finish things in, you could finish the whole cultist thing before you even finish the Odyssey. In theory. Depending on how many side quests you do and how far advanced in levels you get. You could finish the cultist line first, which then means you get the fully upgraded spear, and then whatever that entails, presumably just more powerful attacks and things, would then help you out fighting the beasts for Atlantis and finishing off whatever you have left to do in the Odyssey.
Forge activated. Synchronizing retransmission chronicity. Contact engaged.
It's a shiny. Quest complete. Upgrade the spear. Level 54. What? Damage with bows, headshot damage, damage with spears, crit chance, crit damage. Wait, so once you hit a certain point, you get mastery levels, which means you can then go through and... Weird. Well, that is the end of that. It's like you have... Well, Herodotus takes you to that one island we never visited. We also never visited that island. Didn't really do much up in Macedonia, even though that's not Macedonia. Didn't visit that one either. Well, we finished it. And survey says we finished it in just under 99 hours. Wrath of the Amazons, cleave a ship while having an all-women crew. That's technically not an all-women crew because 3 of my lieutenants are men. Defeat all the cultists, upgrade your spear to tier 6. Only 25% of players actually finish killing off the cults, upgrading the spear, and doing the Masters of the Hunt mission chain. Interesting. Well, oh yeah, that is a lot of time. So we now have to figure out what we're going to play next. Because we could play Valhalla. Or we could take a break from Assassin's Creed since we've been at it for... let's see. For the sake of math, say we did it for 100 hours. And average stream was 2 hours long. Which means 25 streams. And I averaged, there was like a week or two where I didn't stream at all, but I average Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday, and or Sunday. But let's just say I averaged 4 streams. That means that it would have taken me the better part of like 3 or 4 months of streaming through this game to beat it. Oh, and actually, that doesn't count like the 5 hours that I put into the game off stream, just doing side missions and things, leveling up. So, VR Batman, no. I do have a VR game that I want to play. But I'm not entirely sure if it would be like a good Twitch game to play. Let me pull it up here. So I picked up this game, Metro Awakening. So if you know the Metro series, like Metro Exodus, last played in the summer 3 years ago. But yeah, but it's like you have Metro, Metro Redux, Metro Exodus, and now they just released Metro Awakening, like a couple of weeks ago. But this one's VR. If you don't know the Metro series, essentially the whole idea behind it is, the Metro universe is, you're in Moscow. The world ended like 10, 20, 30 years ago, something like that. Global nuclear war. And throughout the game, like, everybody believes, like, oh, we're the last people alive on Earth in the subway tunnels in Moscow. Although throughout the games you learn, like, oh, there are actually other people out there. The government that exists still has been lying to you. Meanwhile, there's also Nazis that are still in there, so you have to fight them. So it's like you still have essentially World War II continuing in the tunnels, but then there's mutated monsters like rats and dogs and wolves and like humans which have turned into like flying bat things and other creatures like that. But it's like you have different weapons that you use. Oh yeah, you can see like the rat mole looking thing. But you also have like other, like you have a bunch of different weapons, but also bullets are your currency. So I mean, essentially imagine every time you fired a rifle round, it costs you $1, which in real life is actually pretty close. Depending on what you shoot, it can actually be more expensive than that. For 9mm, it's like a quarter. Like every round you shoot's like shooting a quarter. But that's the kind of game. So it's a first-person shooter, exploration, stealth, kind of horror, kind of dealy. So, ooh, autumn sale. What's on sale? Dead Island, Dead Island 2, Payday 3, Payday 3 1 year edition, Metro Exodus, Nobody Wants to Die, Lucy's in Dystopian New York, System Shock. I've seen... So it's like this is a remake of apparently a very old game. One of the YouTubers that I follow, The Mighty Jingles, did a playthrough of this, although he only did a couple videos. He didn't go through the whole thing. It's kind of an interesting shooter game. Undisputed, Saints Row, Road 96, Warhammer 40k Speed Freaks. Free to play. Oh, just kind of racing game. Oh, Iron Harvest. I saw that one. That one's okay. Like, if you like RTS games, this is kind of like... If you think of the world of Scythe, this is basically an RTS from that kind of thing where it's like World War One and World War II are kind of mashed together into like just one big war. And then it's steampunkified. So instead of tanks, you have like mechs. And some of them have like giant bolt action rifle or like artillery arm or something like that. Like less than $5 if you like RTS games, might be interesting. I've really found this kind of an interesting game. Not for everybody though, of course. That's their autumn sale, even though we're almost into winter. Like winter's less than a month away. Ooh. If you're interested in a city builder, this one's early access, so I'm holding off. But it's 20% off, so only $20. I might pick this one up. This one, from my understanding, it's like it's almost like a city builder meets like civilization, kind of. Like you're building up the city, you manage, culture, resources. Like you deal with different like events that happen. You build like historical buildings like Colosseum, theater, like cathedrals, that kind of stuff. But the thing is, you don't have to worry about the whole road layout or anything else like that. Like it happened in real life, the roads and paths just kind of naturally generate. So it has like all the twists and turns and odd angled streets and avenues. It doesn't have like your modern grid layout. So it's really cool. Yeah, it's been out since the summer in early access. Yeah, I'm following this game. I really want it to do well. But anywho, enough of that. It's almost 10 o'clock, so I'm probably going to wrap up here shortly. Rome 2 Rise of the Republic DLC. But yeah, I need to decide what game we're going to be playing next. I think we will take a break from Assassin's Creed just because, from what I am told, and here, let's actually look it up. Like, from what I'm told, AC Valhalla is very much similar to Assassin's Creed Odyssey. It's just kind of one of those more of the same kind of deals. But they also say that it's one of those not as good sequel kind of deals. Let's see. According to howlongtobeat.com, Assassin's Creed Valhalla is about 61 hours in length and 147 hours for 100% completion. So let's just say 60 hours. That's 32-hour streams. If I average 4 streams a week, that would take me like 12 weeks. So like another 3 months to get through that game. I think maybe we'll start off the new year with Assassin's Creed Valhalla. Or if not the new year, we'll start off maybe like mid-January, beginning of February. And that we'll just kind of kick around with some of these other games because I'm kind of Assassin's Creeded out at the moment. Besides, I want to do things like have community game nights and things like that where we can do things like play Lockdown Protocol for anybody who has that, or Unrailed 2, which I know basically at least 3 of my friends own it. But then there's also things like maybe not even February. Maybe we'll take an extended break from the Assassin's Creed games just because I know in February you have Sid Meier's Civilization 7 coming out. And actually, what is the February? Well, let's look at the December. Let's see. Yeah, leave me alone. Let's see. Upcoming. So December. Delta Force, never heard about that. Indiana Jones and the Great Circle is going to console and PC. Ooh, Alien Rogue Incursion. That's the oh, what's that? That's the single player action horror VR game featuring original story immerses in the. Oh no. So it's kind of like Alien Isolation VR. That's supposed to come out in December. That here, let me go back to this. That would be pretty cool. I might have to check this out. But then but anyway, December has a few things coming out. But February you have Sid Meier's Civilization 7, Kingdom Come Deliverance 2, Assassin's Creed Shadows, which got bumped from December because Star Wars Outlaws didn't do as well as Ubisoft thought it should. So they bumped it to February. So it's going up against Civ 7, which I've seen bits and pieces of. Civ 7 is insanity. Like, how graphically intense that game looks. Just the reworks and things. I am very interested. Lost Records, Blue and Rage, Monster Hunter Wilds, Morsels. Don't know anything about that. But it's like there's some big hitting games coming out in February. So, yeah, we'll have to see how things come. But I think for the time being, we're just going to keep things just relatively chill. Maybe go back to some classics like some Rising Storm or some like more of the military style games. You clean out some of this stuff too. But yeah, we'll have to see how things like that go. Ooh, we could get people to play Last Train out of Wormtown too. That would be fun. But anywho's it's. I'm not sure who's still here hanging out. Probably just Yoshi and Parkley. But yeah, it's almost 10 o'clock. I don't want to start a new game of anything. We should play Eggnog Plus. What is Eggnog Plus? by Mad Garden. Oh, it's one of those dually. Oh, that's like, oh, what's the game called? It's just one of those sword dueling games. Like the side scroller, defeat somebody and try to race to their end of the map before they respawn, and then I forget what that. I forget what that style of game is, but I remember that like flash game. Interesting. Who knows? Maybe I'll pick up something else, like maybe Baldur's Gate. um, yeah, I'll have to figure that out. But I think I'm going to call it a night because I do need to get up for work tomorrow. Yeah, thanks. Well, I might do a little bit more online shopping because it is Black Friday. And I have already ordered a few things. Like, I'm getting a holster for my pistol. I got some more candles coming in. I'm looking at getting like a travel case. For my pistol, so if for whatever reason I'm traveling somewhere and I'm taking it with me, I have that option. But yeah. Well, thank you all for coming in and hanging out with me this evening. And again, to all of our American friends, hope you all had a good Thanksgiving. And to everybody else, hope you had a good Thursday or are having a good Friday if you're on the other side of the planet. There's actually no Bible study tomorrow, which means I can stream tomorrow, which means we'll have to figure something out for stream tomorrow. Well, anyway. Yeah, thank you all for coming in and hanging out. Hopefully we'll see you all tomorrow. Although I do know I have plenty of... Ooh, I actually have laundry that I need to get done too. There's always something to do. Hopefully we'll see you all tomorrow. If not, we'll see you on Saturday. But until we do see each other again, have a good one. Stay safe. And I will be seeing you all on the battlefield.